Both teams really had their offense rolling throughout the night. You guys went on that big run in the fourth quarter there to really stretch the lead. What went into that run? What did you feel out there on the floor then?
We were just getting stops. Played a little harder defensively. A big emphasis for us is just kind of not come out flat in that first half, second half, and try and play those first 5 minutes really hard. And we were able to do that, and they even got it back to one. I didn't think they took the lead after we had kind of built that gap, and I thought we just were able to kind of stick with it and get a couple crucial stops, and I think that led to us being able to kind of win.
They threw a lot of different looks at you guys defensively throughout the night. That's just what they do. They scheme throughout the night. And you guys didn't seem to have a hitch offensively. What kind of went into that to make sure that you were still getting good looks throughout the night?
Guys are comfortable playing different positions on our team, so the same way that they're scheming, we're trying to figure out different ways to attack that, and we've seen a lot of different looks this year. A lot of that is us being unselfish and kind of willing to, play through other people, and I think we're constantly doing that and trying to, kind of flex that muscle. And guys are just kind of trusting each other to make the right play, which makes it easy for us to kind of get different looks.
Dub, career high, 12 assists tonight. In D.C., we were talking about what goes into having a connection like you have with Wiggins in that game, just with Chet, because you threw him, 4 lobs. What have you learned about? I think so.
Nice, good for Chet.
Yeah, he dunked at least 3 of them. Just what goes into, learning what he likes, doesn't like, what makes him tick, the kind of things that build a connection like you had with him tonight.
I think it goes back to the last question of just being comfortable playing with each other. They were throwing a lot of different looks and switching and, trying to jump screens and stuff like that. So it's just good dialogue within the game. Chet's a really high IQ player too, so we kind of are able to talk through some of the stuff he sees and what I'm seeing in the game. We have a pretty open dialogue when it goes to that, so I'm just finding him on stuff, and he's versatile, so teams are worried about him popping, and then he's able to kind of quick roll and get out of there and take up space in the paint and finish. So he's done a good job of that. I'm just throwing it somewhat close to the rim, and he's been able to finish them.
There are so many deflection-type hustle plays. Shea had the big one at the end of the third quarter to set up your free throws. You had the one that ends up with a mark challenge. Are those plays resonating in the flow of a game?
Yeah, for sure, especially the challenge, because we had to stop Mark from challenging like 6 plays in the first quarter. So, but that's our biggest thing, and the Heat play that way too, just really hard. So, trying to match that and exceed that is something that we came into the game trying to do. But yeah, just like hustle plays, like when you have Shea, the best player on our team, diving on the floor and doing stuff like that, it kind of sets the tone for everybody to be wanting to do it. And we're a competitive group, so everybody's kind of willing to put their body on the line and make those hustle plays. That was something we talked about at halftime, just trying to match the physicality and energy. And we did a good job of that. Cool.
Second half defense. We talked a little bit about you being part of that fourth quarter start, but just does it feel like that second half was more reminiscent of the defense that's been played for much of this year?
Yeah. We've been the road trip's long, so and teams with shots. That's just how the NBA and basketball works. But I think we did a good job of going into our game plan a little better and executing that. I think we forced a couple looks that they didn't want to shoot, and we were able to kind of capitalize on that offensively, which is how we were able to stretch the lead out. And a lot of it just goes down to playing really hard, making up for some of the mistakes we had. And we had kind of gotten away from it a little bit just in this big stretch, but last 2 games we've been kind of able to get on track with that, and it kind of showed up.
A follow-up upon that. You mentioned just some of the things about the trip. That is out the way. It feels like this would be one of the defining moments of the season, just in terms of the learning curve. Just how would you summarize this trip now that it's over?
We play in like 6 hours, so for us the trip's not even really done. But just learn about ourselves playing on the road. We've been in a lot of tight situations up until this point too, so just trying to understand that any possession in the game can win or lose it. So just trying to stack possessions. A lot of it's just been recovery. It's a lot of games in January, so learning through that And we're doing a good job of it. Just try not to make the same mistakes we make each game and build on that.
Thanks, Jalen.
Bye, guys.